1920-300. It is located at Sindangan, Zamboanga del Norte. So same with contract ID number 34. The scope of work involves installation of signages, pavement markings, and I think it also covers roadway lighting. It has an approved budget to the contract of 1,822,816 with the 16 calendar days, contract duration, and 2 predetermined days. Next contract ID, we have here contract ID number 24JC0037, road widening, Dipolog Sindangan Liloy Road, from 1892, 531.22 to 1893, 880. So the location of the project is at Posidalman, Zamboanga del Norte. I think it is situated specifically at Barangay Manawan, or I think Barangay Poblacion, part of Barangay Poblacion and up to Barangay Manawan. So the scope of work involves road widening. Now, in pursuant also with the department order released late last, I think it's 2020, whenever there is a road widening, we are also obliged to construct bicycle lane facilities. So this particular project also involves construction of bicycle lanes. So the bicycle lane for this project is, I think it's 2.5 meters, both lanes. And then there is also installation of drainage canals or construction of drainage canals, pavement markings, and then traffic signages. For this particular project, we have here an approved budget for the contract of 59,128,300 with a contract duration of 317 calendar days and 41 predetermined days. Now, this project also na siya ay installation or construction po of slope protection structures on katong mga portions nga lawog kayo, no? Yung mga rabin. Okay? Same with contract ID number 39, road widening, Dipolog Sindangan Diloy Road, 1868-700 to 1869-563. So this project is also a construction of road widening. Okay? Located at Manukan, Zamboanga, del Norte with an approved budget of the contract of 43,425,000. So same with contract ID number 37, whenever there is a construction of road widening, naapod tayo construction of bicycle lanes or bicycle facilities. Also it covers kanang installation of kanang signages, and then pavement markings and slope protection structures, no? Particularly, this project is located at Barangay Linay, sa Banukan, Zamboanga del Norte. Katong wala na widen dito nga pasada. Nga naay gani kuan. Oo, mato dito siya. Itong naay tatawag gani. Itong naay slope protection gabions sa left side, no? Padlong Kasindangan. So dito na siya nga particular project. Okay? So, for the last project, 24JC0038, construction of concrete road, rehabilitation of damaged paved road at Barangay Bituon, Sudalman, Zamboanga del Norte. So, the location of the project is at Barangay Bituon, Sudalman, Zamboanga del Norte. It is a construction of concrete road, and also there is a construction of flood control or revetment to protect the existing concrete road, since this project covers rehabilitation of damaged paved road. So I think the length of the concrete road is only about 360 to 370 meters, and the rest of it covers the construction of revetments to protect the existing concrete road. Okay? For the revetment, same taog specification katong sa Siayan nato. And then but for this particular project, for the sheet pile, we'll be using Z pile. Dili ta U-type, no? Z-type nga sheet pile. So for the Z pile, mo ni iya ang So it is I think it's the first time that our district will be adopting this particular sheet pile, but this one is more advantageous compared to the traditional U-type na sheet pile. Yes, sir. Same equipment ang gamiton for driving, katong gyapon may rotary hammer. But the difference is the shape of the pile. Na gyapon, sir. There is also a tangan group natin. Na, so this is the section of the Z file. Ang iyang tangang group sa U-type ka naman sa kilid, no? This one, ang iyang tangang group, naadir sa tunga-tunga na niya. Eh, bali, nagmo-connect siya, nasa mga tunga-tunga. Ang U-type, kaya anak man to itsura sa U-type, no? Ang Z-type, zigid siya, nasa tunga ang iyaang tawag connection. Okay? This type of connection is particularly advantageous since it is in this point where the moment is zero. Okay? And then, ang iya pong advantage ani is that since it is wider compared to the U-type, ato ang U-type is 400 mm, but for the Z-type, it's 770 mm. So therefore, we will be driving lesser compared to the U-type. So less ang imong i-drive kay lapad man siya. Okay? So makasave ta sa ato ang installation or sa ato ang driving, although mahal-mahal siya, but overall, no, mahal-mahal gining isa ka U-type o isa ka Z-type compared sa U-type, kaya dako man siya. Pero overall, maka-save ta compared sa U-type. For this particular project, ang section nga gamiton is MHZ 13-1. It has a width of 770 millimeters. Ang height nato is 344 kani. Refer to this dimension kan gikan diri padlong sa iya. Sa ubos. But our thickness is ranges from 9 to 9.1 mm. So natay 0.1 nga tawag ani allowable nga error sa atong thickness. Okay, sectional area of 126 square meter per meter. Then ang ato ang weight is 76.2 kilograms per meter. And then ato ang muna itong inertia 22,433 cm raised to the power of 4 over meters, no? Section modulus nato 1304. Ang net ato ni. So ang atong length ani is 9 meters. Pero amo pang gilantaw sa kay 6 more. Oh, amo pang na revisions ani nga gigama. So undergoing revisions. Na sir. So I think sa U-type kay 612 ra ang available. But for the Z-type natay 9. Natay 6, 9, 9, and 12. So naka-advantage niya kay sometimes ang 12 taas sa kayo sa atong required. Ang 6 ubos sa gamay pag kayo sa atong required. So munang advantage ang Z kay naa siya 9. Naa siya 9. Okay. Naa siya 9 meters nga height. And then for the yield strength, for the yield strength, we'll be using 50 KSI. Okay? Ang U-type nga itong ginagamit kay 36 KSI. Pero ang Z-type, 50 KSI. Minimum 50 KSI. Although 50 KSI siya, pero makasave gyapon siya. Mo nang sulayan na mo ang Z-type.
What's up, kanya? So, yung copying.
Yung capping.
Yung
capping. So this is the capping.
So, good siya sa Z.
So load siya sa Z. Then naman na siya katubitang hole, sa tawag gani. Lifting hole. So katong sa lifting, di mo man yung lifting hole, no? Di ra man na ikuha na para sa hammer para mas makuan siya. Kana yung sa lifting hole, dito mo agi pod ang ato ang 12 mm nga 12 mm nga stirrups na tawag. Pero ang in between, naga pa na sa iyo. So sa between duha ka lifting hole, napagay na sa isa tunga nga stirrup, pero yura siya. Okay, pero katong na sa lifting hole, pasulod gid mo to. No? Para naagid tay na tawag ani. Then for the pile cap, since baga na ni siya or dako ang dimension, so our pile cap will be 600 by 600 mm. Na ako sa pile cap. Wala siya. Then advantage po niya ang kuan, mas ang iya ang kanibitaw niya ang joint niya, niya ang locking system, mas tindot siya kung paired nimo sa U-type. Mas lessen ang probability nga hiwi siya paired sa U-type. So once nga malak na siya diri, masulod na to, lisod na siya lubagon. Okay. Then, I would like also to emphasize that most of these projects are undergoing revisions, no? Kaya na ay may mga nakita mga need to revise, and we have still time to issue supplemental bid bulletins, but not later than 7 days prior to bid opening. Now, I would like to emphasize that on the final BOQ, sometimes there is an item for facilities for the batch engineers. I think it's 8.7 na. 8.11. 8.11. Now, take note of the kanang unit cost of that particular item, because that item consists of facilities that the contractor will purchase, no, for the project engineer. Now, muna siya ang mga item nga pasudlan na mo og surveying instruments, katong testing apparatus or equipment, softwares, and other facilities nga paliton sa engineer, laptops, desktop, kaning mga devices, and then tawag ni office supplies da ni sa ipasulod. Now most of those items are kanang mahalon gid siya, no? For example, laboratory equipments, those are not kanang baraton nga mga equipment, no? Softwares, and then naapod kay mga laptop, desktops, and then surveying instruments, no? Mahal na siya. So take notes amo ang unit cost, amo ang EBC or sa amo ang POW. Because if basin ba sa inyong preparation sa inyo ang individual nga detailed estimates sa inyo ang mismong BOQ, gamay na. Then during implementation og kamong makadaog, dayon inagpaninglo na to siya nga item nya barato kay sa inyo ang BOQ, basin mo reklamo mo, no? So, walang take note of that particular item. Because that is the only thing makapasulod ng equipment sa mo ang parts, no? Magamit po na siya during project implementation. So, take note of that, especially kung kisa to yung mga prepare ninyo sa inyong financial, take note of that para kaya na namugod tayong mga experiences.
Anyway, sa bidding documents, sa IB, may mga QR code dito. Dito na magbutang ang plans together with the ABC. So, per item of provided mo, pilay amount.
Sige nga po sa amin, pagpalit mo kayo.
So, paano na no? Ano lang sa inyo ang sa inyong preparation sa inyo ang BOQ. So any question from the bidders regarding the basic contract data of this particular project?
Ito sa investment preference yan. Kasi is hindi for G6 year. Gamit ko na.
Ay, ang concrete file, yan katong sa inyo. Concrete file ng
Si wala na sure ka doon ng concrete na yan.
So this is the section of the concrete file. Muna siya. Ang kulay, ano niya? One, no? Kanya. So, muna yung dimension. So, muna siya 4 meters, no? So, for this particular reinforced concrete nga pile, so since this is the pile length is 4 meters, ang ang section is 30 by 45. Naapot ay 3 meters adto katong sa revetment side. So, the same gyapon ta nga po section which is 30 by 45. So, ko na lang, no, kanang during implementation, kana nantawag yung maayo ang detail, no? When you fabricate, please refer always to the approved plans. Okay, to avoid problems later on in the future. Sige. So, any other questions from the doctor?
Okay. Yeah, it's your. Yeah. Especially yeah.
So, katulang yun, emphasize na ko, no, kayo sa idea at ang magka-problema ba? Nakatong sa President's Prudential. And also, no, take note that all of these projects, including itong discuss kanina, is required for the contractor to provide traffic facilities, no, during construction. So, uh, during your preparation of your vehicle, take always notice of that particular items of work. No? Traffic management na to.
Standard na.
Standard, no? Standard.
Yan, kahoy yun.
I think that's all if there is no question from the respective leaders. Madam Chair.
Okay, we will now proceed with the discussion on the requirements of the bidding documents and the documents to be submitted by the bidders for technical and financial component of the bid. And we would like to request Engineer Ron Realty Abakahin, the head of the BAC Technical Working Group, for the presentation and discussion.
Okay. Morning once again. So at this moment, I will be discussing the documentary requirements of these projects. So here is our agenda. So we will be discussing the eligibility requirements, technical and financial component of the envelope, the format, sealing and marking of the bids, the bid evaluation, cost qualification, award, online submission and receipt of bids, EPA guidelines, and then three-strike policy. Okay, so for eligibility requirements, so contractors who wish to participate for this bidding process are encouraged not to enroll for the CWA, Civil Works Application. But if you are already enrolled, we highly suggest to update your profile. Okay. Because during the eligibility checking, we'll be using the DPWS contract profile eligibility process or the CPEP. So electronic na mo ang ang gamiton nga eligibility checking. So mas maayo, which is highly advantage if you are enrolled in the CW, although dili na siya mandatory. Okay. So if you are wish to enroll or you may wish to update, you can submit the CCESI and together with the supporting documents enumerated in the list of annexes of the CCESI, submit niyo na dito sa procurement service sa central office. Okay? So for the pickup license, here are the minimum required pickup licenses of these different projects. So take note na lang tani, no? Small B, medium A, so it's different. Contact ID requires minimum pickup license. Okay, so these are for the remaining 3 projects. Okay. Now, for the technical components, so ato ang bid proposal is composed of 2 components, natay technical component, and we have also the financial component. So, for the technical component envelope, naapod tay legal documents, naapod tay technical documents, and then the last one is the financial documents sa technical component or technical proposal. For the legal documents, we will only be requiring a valid and updated PhilJEPS registration certificate. So if magsabi na tag PhilJEPS na gani, no need for us to submit the registration certificate gikan sa DTI or sa CDA kung cooperative or sa SEC kung corporation. Mayor's permit, tax clearance, pickup license, and audited financial statement if nanatay valid and updated PhilJEPS registration certificate. So vice na siya, dili na ta mo require, dili na ta mo submit ani. Okay? The IR of RA 9184 only requires PhilJEPS registration certificate, valid and updated. Kinanglan nakalist dito sa page 3, valid o updated. Okay? If you are undergoing joint venture, then each part of the joint venture shall submit their respective PhilJEPS certificate of registration. Okay? I would like also to emphasize nga there are times no nga ma-expire nga to ang mayor's permit. If that's the case, di ba, usually, ang ato ang ginasubmit nga field trips, natay, if dili pa ma-approve ang ato ang mayor's permit, katong tawag ani, receipt nga nag-apply ta o kanang tawag ani kini renewal. Karon dili na siya applicable. No? Applicable na siya for updating only of your field trips. So if may expire atong mayor's permit, dili mo magpasa diri og kanang resibo for renewal. Inyong ipasa din ni updated nga field trips, meaning kung wala pa na update ang inyo ang or na-renew inyong mayor's permit niya expired na, pwede niyo ma-update diretso inyong field trips nga mo submit lang mo og katong resibo. Kaya among dawaton diri is only the updated and valid nga field trips registration certificate. Okay? So muna ibag po no sa revision sa ato ang IRS 9184. So if ang next na to nga document is the technical document. So for this technical documents, we have here the statement of prospective bidder of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded that not yet started. So for this particular document, gamiton na to ang Annex O sa CCASI together with the following supporting documents. Kani siya. Pero if enrolled na ta sa CWA, no need for us to attach this document. Kaya na naman tayo profile sa CWA. Pero provided nga, updated ta ato ang profile. Okay? Para dili ta magka-problema during processing of our eligibility. Okay? Another document is the statement of bidder's single largest completed contract. For this document, gamit ta og Annex N sa CCSI together with these supporting documents. Nakalist diri, no? And again, if enrolled na ta sa CWA, dili ta kinahanglan nga mong submit pa ani. Pero provided nga updated ko na nga to ang profile dito. Okay? Now, for these particular projects or kaning mga projects nga atong i-bid, ang ato ang required nga single largest completed contract is 50%. So, for a project to be considered similar, hinahanglan nga naa siya major categories of work or similar categories of work atong completed project ninyo. Okay? Then at least 50% of the ABC. Pero small A or small B ka, pwede ka mo allow o pwede maka-allow allowed ka nga mo bid nga kanang wala ka experience provided nga dili siya mula pa sa imo ang ARCC. If small A and small B ka. Okay? Unay provisions po sa small A and small B. Okay? Next na to nga delete mo there. Okay. Next nga to nga document is the katong bid security. Okay, atong bid security ang additional day nga information kung ang tawag ani ang major categories of work o similar categories of work of ani nga mga projects i-refer na lang nato dito sa atong bidding documents. Okay? Next ato nga document is the bid security. So at natay lahi nga mga forms sa bid security. So which is the most common nato nga bid security is the bid securing declaration. Okay? So submit nga po nato na. And then ang ato ang bid validity is always 120 calendar days. Okay? Next na to nga document is the project requirement documents. The first one is the organizational chart. So kani nga mga documents need to gid niyo na i-submit, no? For the organizational chart, we will be using form number 13 and then kinahanglan ma-reflect sa atong organizational chart ang mga i-pledge nato nga mga key personnel nga required sa clause 10.4 sa ato ang bid data sheet. Okay? Another document is the list of contractors' key personnel. We will be using form number 14 together with the following supporting documents. Number 1, curriculum vitae. Number 2, notarized affidavits of commitment to work Then number 3, photocopy of their valid PRC license. And then photocopy of their valid certificate of accreditation and or training. So these are the list of key personnel of all the projects, no? We are requiring one project engineer and natay minimum similar experience of 3 years and then 5 years of total experience. Napuntay one project engineer. Now, natay DO 94 series of 2020 nag-require nga ato ang project engineer should be accredited DPWH project engineer. Ang minimum nga atong ma-pledge for this particular projects is PE1. Okay? For materials engineer, naapuntay DO 98 series of 2016 that we will be requiring accredited materials engineer. So, all this project requires a minimum of ME1. Okay? For safety officer, this is also in pursuant sa gireless ng department order ni Dole nga for construction projects, require ni Dole ang safety officer 3. So, kinahanglan accredited safety officer 3 ta. And then, we also require one first aider, accredited po siya sa Dole. And then the last one, foreman, nga na 3 years minimum silver experience and 5 years of total experience. Okay? So these are the minimum key personnels. Okay. So muna siya ang limits of assignment, no? Sa ato ang PE. Take note nga, ato ang mga PO give, may natay mga limits of assignment. I-determine na siya by the TWG during post-qualification. So make sure that your pledged personnel, wala siya may lapas yung limits of assignment. Okay. Same with the ME1. Natay limits of assignment. Okay. Naputay provisions, no, sa ato ang bidding documents. If nabasa ninyo to, na a bidder may propose a key technical personnel who is not an employee, provided that the said personnel is required to submit a certification that he or she will work for the bidder if it is awarded the contract under bidding. So, pwede mo mo-pledge o kanang dili pa employee ninyo. Multi-purpose at tong commitment, affidavit of commitment to work. Okay, pwede man mo mag-pledge o key person nga dili pa niya employee. And then, take note nga no personnel should be assigned to more than one key position. Meaning, if project manager na siya, dili siya pwede mag-safety officer. Kanaamong kayo mga anak, di ba? Why? Because all key personnel require full-time. Okay, so dili pwede nga duha. Ang isa ka tao makawid siya duha ka key position. Project manager siya at the same time key safety officer siya. Or dili na siya pwede, no? Okay. Another document is the list of conductors major construction material testing equipment. So form number 15 itong gamiton ana. And then we have here the supporting documents for own, lease, or under purchase agreement. So own, pwede ta mo support o kanang sa LTO na to nga registration certificate, deed of sale, certificate of ownership, and or sales invoice or other documents. So supporting that those documents are owned by the company. And then sa lease equipment, not necessarily lease agreement, certification lang from the lessor that the equipment shall be available to the contract once awarded. Same sa to ang under purchase agreement, certification lang from the vendor that the equipment shall be available for the contract once it will be awarded. Okay? And then for the minimum testing requirement, testing equipment required, we just refer to DO number 11 series of 2017. Itong kinato ang minimum nga required nga material testing equipment. So, nagdepende na siya sa inyong pickup license. Small ba mo, medium, or large. Okay? And since it is a per contractor basis, meaning you can pledge it to more than one project. Okay? Take note that the bidder should specify in the submitted bid the location of the equipment where it can be inspected. If any piece of equipment is not in the specified location during post-qualification, then the bidder shall be post-qualified. So the technical working group will be conducting post-qualification of the lowest calculated bidder. So make sure that those equipment are located in the location specified in the bid, in your bids. And then the last one is the omnibus sworn statement. We'll be using form number 16 and say pulo ka statement. Another document nung usahay malimtan nato sa OSS. If you are a corporation, then the one signing the bid is the authorized managing officer, then you should also include in the OSS the following document. Original notarized secretary certificate. giving power of the authorized managing officer to sign in behalf of the company. Okay? So dili pwede nga OSS lang ato if corporation mo. Kinahanglan mo mo attach po dog original notarized secretary certificate. For us to verify that the person signing the bid is unauthorized by the company to sign in behalf of the company. Okay? Pero if joint venture mo, special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do also to represent as the bidder. Okay? So, kana lang, no? If sole ka, wala problema. OSS lang. Pero if sole ka, niya nagpirma, dili ang owner, then the same. Kinanglan na siya notarize. Kanang same sa notarized secretary certificate, giving power to the one signing to the bid in behalf of the owner. Okay. If wala tong nga document, automatic, dili acceptable ni OSS. Okay? Take note lang ito ha. For the financial document, we are here the NFCC. Of course, the NFCC will be computed using the DPWH Contractor Profile Eligibility Process or the CPIP. The computation is as follows. NFCC will be equal to the current asset minus current liabilities times 15 minus value of all outstanding and uncompleted portion of the project under ongoing contracts including awarded contracts not yet started coinciding with the contract to be bid. Muna yung purpose of list of ongoing ninyo. Okay, i-minus na siya sa atong NFCC. Okay? And then the last one, Class B documents is valid only for joint venture, duly signed joint venture agreement. Okay, for the financial component, so these are the documents for the financial component. The first one is the bid form using form number 9. Take note that each and every page of the bid form should be signed by the person signing the bid. And then, kung natay discount dito nga nakasulat ng bitaw nga discount maapas, it should be signed because it is considered kanang sa tawagan niya kanang revision sa inyo ang bid. Yeah, dili man ko to siya part sa original bid nga gi-encode, hindi naman gisulat so kinahanglan pirmahan dito if naamoy kanang handwritten nga discount for it to be valid. Okay? And then sa ato ang taxes sa atong bid form item A kinahanglan i-reiterate nato ang mga taxes nga atong ginwog in deriving our detailed estimate. And then sa performance security, the percentage required is as follows. So depende sa form sa ato ang bid security. But the usual is the security bond which is 30% of the contract price. Okay, another document is the bill of quantities using form number 17 and form number 18. Take note nga duha ni ato ang bill of quantities. The first one is the form number 17, which is the BOQ itself, and the form number 18, which is the summary of all parts of the bid. So, form number 17 and form number 18. And each and every page niya dapat nakapirma. And then each page na kinahanglan ay siya total. Okay? Then the third document is the detailed estimate. So, wala na siya particular form, depende sa contractor, but make sure in deriving your detailed estimate, included na dito ang tanang taxes. And then, together with the detailed estimate, you shall also submit a summary sheet indicating the unit prices of the construction materials, labor rates, equipment rentals, which is used in coming up with the bid. Okay? And then the last one is the cash flow per quarter using form number 19. Our cash flow should be based on the duration of the project. If ang atong duration is only 60 calendar days, atong cash flow, dili nakaabot to fourth quarter, no? 60 calendar days naman. And in our preparation of cash flow, since this is an EPA, assume na nato nga mag-start ta of first quarter of the next year, which is 2024. Okay? So, sa ato ang format sa ato ang bid, kinahanglan siya nga naka-encode, then naka-print sa A4, kinahanglan po nga ato ang each document type na siya tab number. And then, if naatay mga erasures, interlineation, alterations, or overwriting, valid lang ni if it is signed by the one person or by the person signing the bid. Okay, kung naatay mga corrections, no? So, for these particular projects, we require to submit one copy for technical component and then one copy, original copy for financial, and then 4 copies na dayon sa technical component and then the financial component. And then during sa ato ang bid evaluation, sa atong bid evaluation, Kung naamoy isa ka item nga wala dito sa inyong BOQ, automatic ma-reject atong bid. If blanco pod ang atong gibutang dito sa ato ang katong mga particular item, automatic ma-reject atong bid. Pero if magbutang tag 0 or dash, acceptable siya, but it would mean that you are offering it free to the government of the Philippines. Okay? Sa ato ang arithmetical calculation, so bid prices in figures versus in words, mo prevail ang in words. Sayop ni siya, no? In words ang mo prevail. And then for the total price per item, and unit price of the item, multiplied by the quantity of that item, the later shall prevail. And stated total price and the actual sum prices of the component items, the later shall prevail. And then the unit cost of the detailed estimate and the unit cost of the bill of quantities, the later shall prevail. Discrepancy between the original and the copy, the original will prevail. Okay? Now, I would like also to emphasize na lang, last one is since these projects are kanang undertaken through EPA, so meaning early procurement project. So, what is the guideline for the EPA? So, meaning tag EPA, meaning ang ato ang procurement activity shall only cover advertisement to kaning resolution recommending award. Okay? To the lowest calculated responsive na bidder or single largest kaning responsive nga bidder. Okay? So wala na award. So kanus amay na award. Award will only happen if the JA for next year will be approved and then there is a release of the SARO o sub-allotment sub-allotment release order. Okay? So mo nang naay panahon nga although approved na ang JA pero ang project wala pa na award kaya wala pa may SARO. Okay? So take note of that. Now because of that naay possibility nga to ang bid security ma-invalid no or kanang mahurot ba sa iyang 120 calendar days nga with validity. Before da siya mahurot, the back secretariat will request the bidder to submit another bid security nga atong ano po another 120 calendar days. So si bidder karon has the kanang right nga iyang i-submit ang bag-o nga bid security or dili siya mo submit. Dili ra ma-forfeit yung bid security pero dili ma-award sa iya ang project. Okay, so pwede po siya mo change of form sa bid security. And then aside from that, if naay naay mga price escalation, remember that our bid is fixed price. So dili siya subject to price escalation. So if inyo ang bid price mo na ni siya, during award mo na gina siya. So dili siya pwede niyo usbon kay naay mga price escalation. Okay? Pero if naagay dako kayo nga price escalation, the implementing office now has the right to declare a failure of bidding if dako kayo ang price escalation. Okay? Nga mahimo na siyang dili na siya economically feasible sa project, then the head of the implementing office or head of the procuring entity may declare failure of bidding. Okay? Dako na kayo ang price escalation for next year. Okay? And then, condition of the award. So, nalatay award, kung natay release of fund, or if the following conditions are met, then the hope will declare failure of bidding. Number 1, if the funds appropriated for next year is lower than the ABC. So, no award nga may tabo. Kung 10 million ang gibid, next year ang na-approve is only 10 million, so no award nga may tabo. Or, if the project subject to EPA is deleted or nausob ang scope of work or nausob ang iyang project name. Unless ang atong modification or change is only a clerical error. Now, if those are the reasons for declaring failure of bidding, then the bidding document fee may be refunded to the bidder. Okay? And then, for the, sa ato ang submission of bids, so pwede ta manual, o pwede po ta electronic bids. For the specific instruction, just refer to clause 17 sa ato ang bid data sheet. Sa clause 17, ang instruction sa ato ang online submission and receipt of bids. Okay, I think that's all, Madam Chair.
Can we flash also the ID containing all those QR code for all bidders to be guided kung asa nila makita all those important information with regards to the contracts at hand, especially the financial documents for them to be guided kung pila ang item, pila ang amount per items of work.
Nakato. Wala na. Happy.
May sample.
Okay. Pero if regarding sa ato ang bidding forms, if you want to download the standard bidding forms, you can scan this QR code. So naadire makita ninyo ang location. So kani siya nga link will guide you to the kanang Google Drive wherein you can download the standard bidding forms. Katong mga gipong discuss na ko. And then dito sa ato ang bidding documents, naputi QR code dito nga specific ana nga project nga ma-download ninyo ang BOQ in editable format sa Excel, ang bidding documents in PDF, including the ABC, the plans,
The
and specifications also na dito. So lantawan na lang ninyo ang bidding documents for that particular link sa atong Google Drive. Pero kani nga link is only the standard forms. Pwede nyo na i-scan sa inyong cellphone.
Okay, to all the bidders, the floor is now open for questions and clarification. Wala na, okay? We would like to request back secretariat to read to us the deadline and the place of submission for the receipt of bids and opening of bids. Yes, ma'am.
Akong concern regarding dito sa ato ang accreditation sa ato production plan. Kaya
Yes.
especially dagko man atong mga project. Then sa ato kung inspection sa ILO, isa dun sa list na agad ang accreditation sa production plan, diba? Na ILO man kita. So far, ang naagi accreditation ang MCDC, Rajon o Brgy. So far. So, kung natay ko wala di accreditation ang
That's true, wala.
Apil naman na siya, di ba natin?
Wala.
Pag naiba yung plan, dapat na yun may accreditation.
So that will be ground for DQ. Kung dili nato na siya masatisfy nga requirement, that will be ground for DQ. Kindly note.
Hindi pwede nga ito install mga purchase ba may uli limits. What?
O, namoy purchase sa ready mix, then kinsa may ato mga accredited karon. Yan si Montaño or si Rubhil. So tanan na lang yun, pagka natay project na na 7. So tanan na lang yun na si Montaño ra din. Ang atong area lang yun. Murag makaana gud sila si Montaño ra din tanan.
Kung lagi
Siya yung cover.
ang vaccine plan, subod sila makredit og layo na kayo ang pinakaduol nga kanang kanibay weighted. May gud na makredit og volumetric na ay may
Yeah,
weighted.
Naman ko si Montaño, sila tanan Montaño. Na ang naman din ako na iyo. So naningkamot ka lang din ni. Kay one of the requirement lang din siya, na checklist. Pagana, puro na tango ang kuan, ganang punungay nagkuan mo.
Pero kung makapa-predict niya itong volumetric method, pwede lang yan.
Inyo basta nakuan lang ko siya na gawin nyo lang, okay naman ko siya.
Pero basi kita sa murid sa una, nag-inyo ko kay layo mga i-deal. Pero nanay mo tayo nito doon, basi hindi ito kung hindi niyo.
Pato inyo,
Kaya ang rason na ito nga, i-approve sa credit siya kay layo ang pinakadukol nga by weight method nga kuhan. Vaccine plan.
buds grupo,
Kana
dapat.
rin, kung Glenn na bago. May mistake na activity.
Sunod na yung activity.
Montaño lang ako na ibang ulama.
Layo mo kuhan. Basi na.
Buds bro, sabi mo ako.
Process mo lang.
Oh, na process sige ha, so doon. Ikaw na.
Kaya ang lagyo kay mamba, dito na magpunta mga
Problema nila yun.
babs sa tungod.
Kaupat.
Saan na papatay din?
Kung mga dapo, balik-balik.
Tawag ba dito? Nasa rin doon.
Pas. At tinuod ang lugar, ay ang problema ka, di ako na solve. Di akong concern na lang, Chair.
Okay. More questions and clarifications? There is none. Okay, back secretariat, proceed with the reading of the place and deadline of submission and receipt of bids and the opening of bids for all the procurement at hand.
The deadline of submission and receipt of and opening of bids will be on December 26,
That's pa na.
2023 at Procurement Unit Office, DPWH. Second is State Engineering Office, Santa Isabel, Ecuador City. And also to all interested leaders for civil work, the deadline of submission and receipt and opening of bids shall be on December 27, 2023 at Procurement Unit Office, DPWH, Second Engineering Office, Santa Isabel, Ecuador City. That's all.
Why there's two? Yeah. Right, there's 26 or 27.
26 and 6.
Okay, specific. Okay, since all the agenda at hand are already presented and discussed, any motion for adjournment?
Madam Chair, I need to close this private conference.
It has been moved and seconded. Today's pre-bid conference is hereby adjourned. Everyone, thank you for your time and presence.